Now at 8, saturated burn scars and flooded freeways, a winter-like downpour soaking parts of SoCal. Juan.
A state of emergency declared over immigration raids, but one LA County supervisor says it will only lead to more trouble. Danny.
Juan, and it was a wild weather day here in Southern California as that storm slammed into our area. I'm tracking some lingering showers and also a frosty morning. That's coming up next. Mike, what are you working on?
Hey, Danny, here at the desk, an American Airlines jet has to make an emergency landing back at LAX after smoke is reported in the cabin. Hear from the pilot ahead. CBS LA at 8 on KCAL9 starts right now.
This is CBS LA at 8.
And welcome to CBS LA News at 8. I'm Susie Suh.
And I'm Juan Fernandez. A live look at the next weather futurecast radar tonight, showing storms making their way out of Southern California.
That's right. This all coming after a long day of rainfall, prompting fears for burn scar areas.
Evacuation orders and flood watches have also been called off, and the worst has now passed.
But we could still see some stray showers or storms throughout the night, right, Danny?
Yeah, Susie, Juan, that's exactly right. But the heaviest rain, it has moved out of here. No more flash flood warnings, no flood watches. We saw a severe thunderstorm watch earlier today. We haven't seen that since 2008. That gives you an idea of how rare this storm is for us here in October. Several areas seeing a couple inches of rain, which is wild. Beneficial rain for us. And as Susie and Juan mentioned, we've got some lingering showers out there. So let's check out where the rain is. Here's a look at our satellite radar. And you can see it is not as green as it was earlier today. We saw the reds, the yellows. That indicated downpours, just some lingering showers and some snow up in the mountains. Let's talk about the timing of this and what it looks like this evening, because some areas are still seeing some of these scattered showers. And the next weather alert continues. Look at southern Orange County, San Clemente into Dana Point. We have some moderate showers developing, and that's the case going into tonight. You might see 5 to 10 minutes of moderate rain out there. Inland Empire, Corona into Riverside. A lot of this is breaking up, though, and then also up through Crestline. Big Bear seeing some snow right now as well. So how long does this stick around? Some lingering showers overnight, not as widespread as what we saw late last night into early this morning. We clear by 8 o'clock in the morning, and with that, the next weather alert continues. Because of this, we are left with the cold. It is going to be a frosty morning. Make sure you grab an extra jacket for the kids in the morning time. They're going to need it. We've got 40s out there, not just in the Inland Empire, but also in portions of the basin. Look at downtown Los Angeles, 49 degrees. So we're going to talk about how long the cold sticks around, the next weather alert, and what the rest of your week holds for you. We're going to get you prepared. That's next.
Sounds good, Danny. Thank you so much. And now this is developing out of Fountain Valley, a body discovered in the Santa Ana riverbed. Now it's unclear if it's storm related, but Orange County Sheriff's deputies are investigating tonight. New video inside a business in Sun Valley, heavily damaged by today's storm. The roof of a video production company collapsed around 8 o'clock this morning. The owner and some other people were inside at the time, but were not hurt. The collapse pushed all the equipment out the door. Crews now cleaning up before repairs can be made.
Incredible. Well, the storm packed a punch, prompting warnings for people living in the Altadena and Sierra Madre areas below the Eaton burn scar. But as CBS LA's Jasmine Veal shows us, despite concerns, so far things seem stable.
Well, we had quite a storm last night.
Altadena homeowner David Favor didn't expect his trash can to double as a rain gauge Tuesday.
So we have a trash can full of water. How many feet of water do you think that is? Got to be 4 feet? Yeah, that's a lot.
The bin filled to the brim after Tuesday's downpour. His home on Pleasant Ridge Drive, damaged in the Eaton fire, had to be covered in tarps to keep the water out.
You can see we have a small pool here in the front yard. We're just fixing some windows right here, and we've got an open wall on the other side.
The ridge across from his home is where the last major rainstorm in February sent a torrent of mud and debris rushing down the drainage canals like a waterfall and into the street.
Mud and everything came over the edge. It shot out of this inlet.
Mel, another neighbor on the street, says he was reassured by Public Works that these K-rails would do the job for this storm.
They haven't considered this storm strong enough to put back sandbags in every one of these teeth that are missing along the road here.
And so far, so good.
We're hoping it doesn't come.
Tarps covered the weakened hillsides along Loma Alta Drive, and mud from properties under construction after the fire flowed onto some of the streets.
And all of us have been out patrolling. As you can see beyond, there's K-rails that have been put up to sort of direct any debris flows to make sure they try and stay away from homes as much as possible.
In Sierra Madre, every time the clouds roll in, so does the worry. Sandbags and plywood protected homes along Woodland Drive.
We're kind of keeping an eye out, especially for our neighbors. It's just been on high alert pretty much.
Daniel Cadman says while the storm moved on quickly this time, he is worried about the catch basins and reservoirs like Bailey Canyon.
If the rains pick up again, then it could potentially have the water coming over the dam.
Works told me all their stormwater facilities are in great shape, though, after this brief but substantial storm. In fact, early reports indicate that they have captured 98 million gallons of stormwater. That's enough to supply 2,400 people for 1 year. So, yes, it was a significant amount of rain, but skies hopefully will be beginning to clear, and this can all dry out. Here in Sierra Madre, Jasmine Veal, CBS LA.
Well, today's rain also impacting neighborhoods near the massive burn scar in Pacific Palisades. There was a mandatory evacuation order for more than 100 homes sitting below the fire-scarred hillsides. Evacuation orders have since been lifted.
The fire actually came all the way down to nearly our deck behind the house. We have a Bronco that can really handle like pretty tough stuff on the road.
Caltrans also closed down the highway along Topanga Canyon Boulevard for fear of rock slides.
Here he comes, the 0-2, and a swing and a miss, and Yoshi Yamamoto with his crown jewel as a Dodger. It is a complete game. He goes the distance. And the Dodgers win Game 2 by a score of 5-1. And Yamamoto stands tall on this night in Milwaukee.
We don't get to see it very often, but the smile that comes on a starting pitcher's face when he's got 27 outs, what a gem. And this might be the best splitter of a lot of good splitters on the whole night. This one just took off.
He was outstanding tonight, in complete control. You talked about it. Watch it drop off on this ball. He struggled.
All right, way to go. Breaking news here at 8. Back-to-back wins for the boys in blue. The Dodgers are now up 2 in their playoff series against the Brewers.
And the fans going wild. As you can imagine, cheers could be heard 2,000 miles from Milwaukee in downtown LA as fans erupted in joy.
You don't need the sound there, right?
Exactly. You can see their excitement.
Yep.
It is very visible. We have team coverage of the game and fan reaction, starting with our Chris Harry. Let's go, Chris.
Guys, how about this? A night after Blake Snell pitched the Dodgers to a 1-0 series lead over the Brewers with an 8-inning masterpiece. The boys in blue received another epic pitching performance in Game 2, this time from Yoshinobu Yamamoto. American Family Field was rocking tonight as the home team looked to even up this series. We'll pick it up in the 6th. Dodgers up 2-1. Max Muncy sends a Freddie Peralta fastball straight away center. Gone. Solo shot for Max. It's 3-1 Blue Crew. Now to LA's ace, Yamamoto, dealing tonight. Almost unhittable. Came back out in the ninth to finish the game. Yoshi pitches a gem, a complete game. The Dodgers win both games in Milwaukee. They take a 2-0 series lead. The final 5-1. All right, let's toss it to our Gio Insignaris now. And Gio, I have to imagine a lot of happy Dodger fans where you are, my man.
That's right, Chris. A lot of happy fans and ones that don't have to book an appointment with a cardiologist tomorrow. Now, granted, they might have had to do it after last night. Today, a lot easier. Not as much of a nail biter as yesterday. 5-1 win. You'll take that, right? Any day of the week. I'll let you look at the fans that are still left over here. And the energy was incredibly high. No shortage of TVs, no shortage of fans, no shortage of food either, because, I mean, talk about a night, right? When you're up 2-0 after doing it on the road, that's rather exciting. In just a second here, we're going to swing back and let's talk with a couple fans. Ladies, first off, thank you. Don't mind me if I sit down and enjoy this conversation with you. First off, how are we feeling after this game tonight, given that last night was quite a different emotional ride?
It's a great night to be a Dodger fan. That's all I can say. Super excited, especially after last night's game.
You know, as we were watching all of this together, because we're all just sitting here, I think you two were two of the more excitable ones. How long have you been Dodger fans, and what does this win, one step closer to a repeat, mean to you two?
Shoot, as long as I can remember, and I'm hoping we can get a repeat. We want to go to the parade and the celebration.
Yeah, ever since I was a kid, I used to watch with my parents, so this is really exciting for me.
Are there any plans to be back here for games 3, 4, maybe go to the game? I'm curious as to what the plan is now when they come back to LA.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going to Thursday's game. Yeah, definitely after tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're super excited.
And before I let you go, any final thoughts? How are we feeling toward that quest to repeat?
Let's go Dodgers. We're going to sweep them all the way.
Yeah. I have confidence.
It's shared. It's shared among both of you. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure talking to you and sharing this night. You know what? I'm going to stay seated. I actually don't want to get up right now. It's rather loud, so allow me to put that back in and talk with you guys because, you know, when you take 2 on the road in Milwaukee, you end up winning the series the majority of the time. I'll give you that exact stat a little bit later tonight, but how could you not be feeling positive if you're a Dodger fan?
Oh, certainly looking good and feeling good too, right?
Looking like a sweep for sure,
Yeah.
Gio. All right, thank you so much.
Well, back to our weather now. The cleanup underway in La Habra tonight after today's storm sent mud right into backyards and pools.
CBS LA assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk for us. And Mike, these homeowners called us saying there's more than just Mother Nature at play here. What's going on?
Yeah, they're blaming actually Union Pacific Railroad of all people. They say that's because Union Pacific owns the storm drain behind them, and they accuse Union Pacific of allowing and not doing enough to clean out a homeless encampment that's back there. I'm going to show you some video. KCAL was overhead in the La Habra area this afternoon where you can see the mud destroyed a retaining wall there, allowing it to flow freely right into the backyard. Now, the residents there tell us that the homeless people were inside of that little drainage ditch there, and all of their belongings blocked all of the water from properly draining and then overflowed into their yard and their neighbors' yards. There's the drainage ditch we're talking about. The neighbors tell us so they moved all of that stuff out of it. You can see it sitting on the sides of where the drain is. They say all of that stuff was blocking the drainage of not letting it fully run out. Now, in addition to this home right here, you can also see that pool is full of mud as well as their hot tub. There's the train tracks we're talking about. We did talk to the city of La Habra. La Habra says, sorry, it's really up to Union Pacific. It's their property. Here's a statement from Union Pacific. When we reached out to them, they said in part, quote, despite our efforts to keep our property clear and safe, unlawful encampments are set up on our property, resulting in some people treating our property as a dump site. As quickly as we clean up a site or remove an encampment, the homeless return. We will continue these efforts. The Union Pacific spokesperson also sent us a link for people to report these incidents, something that those residents say they have done before. Coming up on CBS LA at 9 here on KCAL9, you'll hear from those residents. Our Nicole Comstock is in that neighborhood tonight.
Very good, Mike. Thank you so much. Firefighters on the LAX tarmac.
Mike Rogers will be back at the desk with what caused an emergency landing right after takeoff.
And rain or shine, thousands of Kaiser workers did not let the weather stop them from picketing their demands ahead.
And an early winter wonderland from our winter rain system, the mountain town welcoming some fresh powder.
I'm Sheba Turk. Tomorrow on CBS LA on KCAL9, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Matea Dade is a millennial survivor, and she's joining us live to share her unexpected journey and how she's working to help others battling the disease. That's tomorrow morning at 8 on CBS LA on KCAL9, where we'll see you each weekday from 5 until 11 a.m.
We are your neighbors, your friends. You'll see us all over town, enjoying our city.
Gotcha.
But you'll also see us at work. We tell important stories. It's going to take a long some that break your heart. Others that will make your day.
I don't know how to take a minute to save my life.
Who wants some free ice cream?
We celebrate why we call this place home.
We have some incredible community spirit.
You provide a platform for voices to be heard.
We are Southern California.
How you doing? All right?
We are CBS LA. And we are yours. Coming up tonight on CBS LA at 6 p.m., we'll have the latest on the hot.
All right, check out this wash in the San Gabriel Valley. This is near the Eaton Fire burn scar. The amount of rain that fell, turning it into a raging river. People in the area were on high alert all day long as they were on the lookout for flash floods and debris flows. To the higher elevations now, skiers and snowboarders are chomping at the bit for the winter season. Mountain High in Wrightwood got 2 inches of fresh snow overnight. Not enough to open the resort just yet. Opening day is set, though, for November 21st, weather permitting. In Mammoth, it's looking like a winter wonderland. The resort received 6 to 10 inches of snow overnight, with more fresh powder expected to fall throughout the evening and into tomorrow morning. No doubt great news for skiers and for snowboarders.
Right, here we are in our weather sphere, and Danny is talking about
Yes.
some frosty conditions for our
Yes,
morning.
I know.
Ooh.
Extra jacket's going to come in handy.
Wow.
The butt warmers in the car, or the seat warmers.
Yeah,
whether you
those are so
I
great.
love those so much.
If you're lucky enough to have them.
Game changer to have those.
They are.
No, but even just the extra jacket is going to come. We've got 40s out there.
Ooh,
Mountains are going to be dealing with
40s.
20s in some areas.
Wow.
So, Sue's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But, beneficial rain that we saw today,
We sure
and I
did.
think such a gift that our burn areas, they handled the water that we saw today so well. Obviously we did see some of those concerns, but in terms of the amount of rain that we saw, we definitely reached those USGS thresholds today. And thankfully we did not see those significant landslides. So look at the Eden burn scar, almost 4 inches of rain. Malibu, more than 2 inches of rain, 1.29 in Ventura, 1.15 in downtown Los Angeles. This was a significant storm for us here in Southern California, not just in general, but in October especially. We don't see this, but we do have some lingering rain showers out there right now. So let's talk about it. We've got some light rain that's continuing in southern Orange County, San Clemente, Dana Point, over towards Laguna Niguel, right there along the 5, into Mission Viejo, Foothill Ranch, Inland Empire. A lot of this stuff is breaking up. The heaviest rain has moved out. This is just the leftovers that we're seeing. Grand Terrace, Riverside, seeing some of that light rain as well right now. So let's talk timing going into tonight, because we're going to continue to see some of these showers popping up. Not for everyone, but we could see about 5 to 10 minutes of moderate rain showers. Let's talk about what happens right now until midnight. And you can see it's pretty focused on the mountains. We're seeing snow above 7,000 feet right now. You can see some light rain popping up in northern Orange County, Santa Ana. This is right around midnight. Again, everything on the light side, taking us into tomorrow morning. All this stuff really starts to move out. Roads might be a little bit damp to start the day, but you're not going to have to use the windshield wipers like you saw today. All of this is really going to start to wrap up. And as we go into tomorrow, the big story for us here at home, it's really going to be the cold. That next weather alert continues for all of our areas, because now we have, yes, leftover showers, but it's this, temperatures in the 40s. As Susie mentioned, it's frosty out there. 49 in downtown Los Angeles, 48 in Santa Clarita. We'll drop down to 49 degrees in San Bernardino. Grab the extra layer. Riverside may start with a few clouds, but we're looking at a sunny day, still below average, highs in the 60s. We'll reach 66 in downtown Los Angeles. We'll get a few 70s out there, 71 in Chino, 68 in Burbank, 67 in Santa Clarita, 60s for the beaches. So for our standards, this is still cool for this time of the year. Next weather alert is over after the morning time, and then we're going to be in the clear going into the rest of the week. 70s out there by the weekend, a warm up, and next Monday, a little bit cooler out there. For the valleys, we'll start to climb as well. Thursday, Friday, 80s, and then we'll see the mid 80s once we get to Saturday. You see a slight chance for a shower early next week, Monday. We're tracking that. We've got a storm that's dipping down. It's not looking like the one we saw today, but this is going to bring us cooler temperatures, deeper marine layer, maybe some sprinkles. We'll watch it closely. And then we'll see 80s this weekend for the Inland Empire. What I want to mention, Thursday, Friday, we've got some Santa Ana winds on the way. This is not a big event, but still it's going to warm things up. Coming up, we'll talk timing of the winds, what this means for the rest of the week. We'll get you prepared. That's next.
All right, sounds good, Danny. Thank you. Recent mudslides putting parts of the IE on edge.
That's right, the blessing and the curse of all this rainfall. And the Fourth Estate stands together. CBS and its broadcast competitors refuse new reporting rules from Pentagon officials.
The LA County Board of Supervisors declared a local state of emergency today, saying the raids are preventing people from going to work and forcing businesses to close.
Los Angeles County has a responsibility to protect every resident, no matter where they come from or what papers they carry. Declaring a local emergency allows us to move faster to meet that responsibility and, most importantly, to protect people.
Today's emergency declaration allows for rent relief for tenants impacted by the raids. Supervisor Catherine Barger was the only opposition vote. She previously said she believed the declaration would lead to legal action by the federal government. Well, rain or shine, a strike involving thousands of Kaiser workers went on as planned across California and Hawaii.
Picketers were out in force this morning outside the Kaiser facility in Baldwin Park despite the rain. They say Kaiser has not agreed to a contract that meets the union's request for higher wages, more staffing, and better benefits. The union says their members are having to shoulder the burden when it comes to patient care.
Everybody wants excellent care, but the issue is nobody wants to pay. You know, the company is not willing to step up and make a wise investment in the labor force.
Kaiser says since May they have been actively working with the union to reach an agreement, and their latest offer includes higher wages and benefits. The company adds affected facilities will remain open during the 5-day strike.
Reporters for multiple news outlets covering the Pentagon are preparing to turn in their press passes tomorrow instead of agreeing to restrictive new rules imposed by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Reporters were ordered to sign the new policy today or surrender their press passes. Editors and reporters say they will continue to cover the U.S. military thoroughly with or without press credentials. ABC News, CBS News, CNN, Fox News Media, NBC News releasing this joint statement tonight. Today, we join virtually every other news organization in declining to agree to the Pentagon's new requirements, which would restrict journalists' ability to keep the nation and the world informed of important national security issues. The policy is without precedent and threatens core journalistic protections. We will continue to cover the U.S. military as each of our organizations has done for many decades, upholding the principles of a free and independent press. More than 500 NASA employees laid off in Pasadena.
Why JPL says scaling back is part of the long-term plan. Plus, get ready to savor some of Doolin's delights. We'll head inside this iconic spot where every bite is a taste of soul.
Yum. And Mike, back on the desk with an emergency landing at LAX. What caused a plane to return to the runway?
Assignment Manager Mark Liu is at the desk.
Definitely dangerous now as we go on surface streets.
Assignment Editor Mike Rogers joining us at the desk.
That's actually what brought law enforcement to the scene here.
This is CBS LA at 8.
Right now at 8, an American Airlines jet makes an emergency return back to LAX after smoke is reported in the cabin.
CBS LA News assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk now. Mike, you just got your hands on the air traffic control audio for this.
Yeah, Juan and Susie, those pilots wanted to get back to LAX very quickly. They did not make it very far before realizing they needed to level off, make an emergency plan, and get back to the airport. We'll have you listen to that audio. It's pushed together from 3 or 4 different tower sources, rather, that I pulled of this whole ordeal from the time they first realized it to the time they're back on the ground talking to firefighters.
American 274, how do you hear?
American 274, go. We're on masks right now. We suspect smoke odor fumes.
Smoke on the what, sir?
Fumes in the aircraft, toxic fumes.
American 274, reduce speed to 180.
180, heading American 274. Yeah, we can't hear you very well. We got the masks on right now. No, it's the entire cabin, but it's not horrible. The flight attendant said they smelled it, and during our return back to the airport, they think it lessened, but I do taste it in my mouth, so we got our masks on.
Yeah, certainly not what you want to hear from the pilot, that he's able to taste toxic fumes in his mouth. So luckily they came back to the airport. They were met by the LAFD, which the LAFD tells me one person potentially was evaluated by an ambulance. It's unclear if they actually went to the hospital. I did reach out to American Airlines for a comment on this. So far, they have not gotten back to me.
That's scary, Mike, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mike. Today's storms will linger the longest in the Inland Empire as it moves through.
That's right. CBS LA's Joy Benedict was in Redlands this afternoon with residents concerned about potential mudslides.
It was a steady drip from the sky, and puddles covered the ground all over the Inland Empire as folks were battling the latest storm.
That's California. That's crazy.
A lot of puddles, and my umbrella keeps flapping over and stuff, so I'm like, whoa!
Drivers had it worse. Slick roads and minor flooding could be seen on every freeway. This semi jackknifed on the interchange to the 15 in Eastvale.
Every day there's accidents on dry land, so when it rains, it's terrible. It's terrible.
And in the mountains, the concern was Forest Falls.
Because that's where all the debris flow comes through.
Trent Reed watched as a mudslide took out 2 of his neighbors' homes last month. Boulders, tree trunks, and debris are still scattered everywhere as the water running down the hillside has this mountain community concerned.
I can't stop Mother Nature. The debris flow was so strong and so sudden. There's nothing I could have done.
Now he's watching this storm a little more closely.
My truck is not over there. It's at my next door neighbor's. We'll keep it over there for a while.
During last month's mudslides, 14 homes here in San Bernardino County were damaged, including 3 that were destroyed here in the community of Forest Falls, which of course has everyone nervous anytime it rains.
It's a little scary and you don't have a lot of time to think. You just have time to act.
And although the rain is a burden, it is also a blessing, as many are thankful to see the water fall. Joy Benedict, CBS LA.
Well, now that we are CBS LA, you're going to see more about our commitment to local communities. We are Southern California. We are yours.
This week, we're counting down to the annual Taste of Soul Family Festival. And one South LA staple is opening up its kitchen for a look at what's cooking for this milestone celebration. CBS LA's Pat Harvey takes us inside Doolin's on Crenshaw.
Black-eyed peas, candied yams, southern fried chicken, collard greens, the staples of soul food success at Doolin's on Crenshaw.
The dream is still alive.
The dream is still alive.
Owner Greg Doolin is third-generation soul food royalty. His late father, Adolph, was considered LA's king. But decades earlier, at his grandparents' farm in Oklahoma...
Was there a lot of cooking going on that you remember them talking about?
That's where my dad learned to cook, and that's how we got started.
The Doolin family's path through the restaurant business included a chain of LA hamburger stands, followed by Aunt Kissy's back porch in Marina Del Rey.
Do you have an aunt named Kissy, first of all?
No.
Though the name wasn't authentic to the family, the recipes were. After the restaurant opened in 1984, celebrities swarmed in.
You could see Reverend Jesse Jackson, Muhammad Ali.
It was really a special time. I'm glad I got a chance to see it.
That success led Greg and his dad to open Doolin's on Crenshaw during what turned out to be a precarious time in South LA.
In 92, right?
1992, yes. We were actually building out the restaurant, and then the riots occurred.
Undeterred, construction continued.
We opened about 6 weeks after that. People came and supported us. This is familiar, and these are my roots.
The Doolin's food truck will be on hand Saturday at Taste of Soul.
I will be giving away some free samples. Little itty bitty samples.
That's okay. Those samples often lead visitors to buy a meal at Taste of Soul, then visit the restaurant in the weeks that follow. Community support has never been more important.
Every great city needs a great soul food restaurant.
But lately, there have been challenges. Doolin's is in the heart of the new Destination Crenshaw district,
featuring African American art and culture. We're expecting thousands of tourists to visit South Los Angeles every year, and when those tourists finish looking at all the sights, they're going to want something to eat.
On the other hand, there's a new metro line.
As a result of the train coming down Crenshaw, we lost almost 400 parking spaces. Even with a train, a restaurant still needs parking.
Neighboring business owners came to the rescue.
One day they called me and said, Greg, you want to buy our nursery school?
He agreed, and
there's my parking.
As for the food, Greg's favorite is the meatloaf. The fried chicken is among the restaurant's top sellers, as are the short ribs, which you'll be able to sample at Taste of Soul.
I'm so excited to see what you're going to do next.
I have 2 children.
Okay.
I have 2 grandchildren.
Who are as committed to the family food legacy as he is.
Doolin's is in good hands. I can leave tomorrow and Doolin's will be in good hands.
Everything looks so good, right, Suze?
So good. All of a sudden, we're all starving again for dinner.
Well, we're going to be broadcasting live from Taste of Soul. It's this Saturday, October 18th. It starts at 9 a.m. You can join Pat along with our colleagues, Sheba Turk, Jim Hill, Darren Haynes, and Kalina Estrinos for all the fun.
And to watch Pat's full interview with Greg Doolin, go to cbsla.com, or you can go to our YouTube page.
We'll see you out there on Saturday for sure. Well, scary news for trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, why some houses may be handing out less chocolate this Halloween. Also remembering a soul star, the music world pausing to pay tribute to Grammy-winning R&B singer D'Angelo and the legacy he leaves behind.
I'm Desmond Shaw, Kcal, and tonight we're over a river that has suddenly sprung to life after our recent rains, and it gives us a lot more than just drinking water. The mighty San Gabriel River on tonight's Look at This at 9 o'clock on CBS LA.
Soul legend and Grammy-winning R&B singer D'Angelo has died. His real name was Michael Eugene Archer. The singer's family confirmed his death in a statement to Variety, saying in part, "The shining star of our family has dimmed his light for us in this life after a prolonged and courageous battle with cancer." D'Angelo became an icon with the song and music video for Untitled, How Does It Feel? He was 51 years old. The Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena laid off about 550 employees today. That's about 11% of its workforce. The Space Lab says it is restructuring its workforce to ensure long-term success. The latest round of layoffs are in addition to the 800 employees the Space Labs laid off last year.
Everyone is thinking pink today at the City of Hope in Duarte. Today, the hospital hosted a free clinic to raise awareness and money for breast cancer patients. People who stop by, if eligible for a mammogram, could receive one with insurance covering 100% of the cost. Those who didn't have insurance had options to see if they were eligible.
Very important. It's a simple exam, takes anywhere from 10 minutes, but can detect early. And it's very important just to have it every year, make sure there's no changes.
The event also featured a mobile van where the mammograms took place.
Up next, a warning for parents of young gamers.
Yeah, the growing number of lawsuits being filed over the online game Roblox. Plus, we're getting a Halloween scare in the candy aisle. See why chocolate costs more right now and what you can do to save on those sweets. Danny.
No scare in the candy aisle. We can't do that, guys. Hey, good evening to you. Okay, so that storm that brought us the heavy rain today, it's headed out of here, but you can still see some leftover showers. We're tracking those for you, and the big story going into tomorrow, it's this. It's going to feel frosty tomorrow morning. Bundle up. We're talking about the cold. First thing Wednesday, that's coming up in your next weather.
Look at that, right up on the grass there. If you've ever watched me call a pursuit and all of a sudden I just kind of pause, I actually have the detective on hold right now, so I'm gonna get back to him in just a second. It's because I'm listening to the police radio in my ear and trying to disseminate that information in that real-time scenario.
Well, bitter news for chocolate lovers. Prices are rising, and just before Halloween.
Yeah, CBS News California Investigates reporter Christine Lazar tells us tonight what that could mean for your wallet this spooky season and beyond.
Already, the Hershey Company has announced it will be raising prices in the low double digits to offset the rising price of cocoa. The price of cocoa has skyrocketed, more than doubling since the beginning of last year. And experts say tariffs will only add to the increase.
So we're going to dip it right in here. This is the dark, so it's not too dark. We're going to give that a try.
You don't have to ask me twice.
For more than 4 decades, Jerry Rowley has been creating confections here at Logan's Candies. Based in Ontario in the Inland Empire, he's always tried to keep his sweets affordable.
You know, back in the old days, we would go 2-3 years without raising prices, and now it just seems like every year we have to do a little bit of a price increase.
That's because the price of cocoa has increased 73% in just 5 years. In June of 2020, the global cost of the commodity was about $2,200 per metric ton of cocoa. In June of 2025, the price was more than $8,400.
We're seeing prices higher than they've ever been.
Phil Lambert is the editor of supermarketguru.com.
For this little bag of Hershey's Minis, $22.
He says cocoa production in West Africa is down about 14%.
And they've had droughts, they've had windstorms so that the sunlight doesn't hit the trees. And frankly, there's a lot of diseases when there's, these heavy rains there.
At Logan's Candies, they're also dealing with the fallout from tariffs.
We deal with a couple different chocolate companies. So some of our chocolates have had a little bit of a tariff increase. Very minimal, honestly, not too high, 4 or 5%.
Sugar prices are also at a record high. Like cocoa, weather is mostly to blame, as drought has hampered crops in India and Thailand. Thailand.
So whether it's cane sugar, whether it's cocoa, all of that has to get imported, and all of that's being affected by the tariffs.
And while Halloween is considered the peak candy buying season, the winter holidays and Valentine's Day also make up a big chunk of annual sales.
Where do you see prices going?
Prices are going to continue to go up. There's no question about it. And what we're also seeing are food companies changing it up a bit. So instead of producing as much chocolate, they're producing more gummies. They're producing, more candies that are non-chocolate.
If candy prices are leaving a bad taste in your mouth, Lembert suggests shopping around.
And that means going to grocery outlets. It means going to Aldi's. It means going to other stores and really looking at those circulars that are online now.
Do you worry at all that the season will not be as fruitful?
We always talk about candy being kind of an inflation fighter because when times are bad, people tend to buy more candy.
And over at Logan's, Rowley says he's doing his best to absorb as much of the price increases his business can handle, all to keep prices low for his loyal customers. Now, there may be some good news for the Easter candy buying season. Experts say by spring of 2026, the supply of cocoa is expected to increase. Christine Lazar, CBS LA.
All right, time now for next weather. The storm has already passed us. The most of the rain has left us, but what it's left us with is some cold temps tonight, right, Danny?
I know, and that typically happens when you have this cold front moving through. Behind it, it's all that cold air that's in place. And boy, we wake up tomorrow morning, we are gonna feel it out there. Frosty, 30s, 40s, some 50s out there, Juan.
Extra blanket, extra jacket, all that sort of
exactly.
stuff, right?
It's just gonna wake you up when you walk outside. Nice fresh air, caffeine and some cold air, and you're good to go on. Hey, we're gonna talk about the cold, but I do wanna talk about the lingering showers out there. Next weather alert continues. That is for the cold that we're gonna see tomorrow. But we are looking at the leftover showers out there. And I wanna bring you over here. You know what? We've got some showers developing right off the coast, making their way into Malibu. I'm a little bit concerned about this. We don't have flood watches. We don't have flash flood warnings in place, but you can see this is pretty close to the Palisades burn area. Now, as I'm tracking this right now, you're going to see there's a good chance it's actually going to miss it right over here. And this rain is actually moving to the northeast. It's moving pretty quickly, and you're going to see areas like Malibu Beach next 10 minutes, some rain making their way over there. And also it's very isolated with the heavier rain that's moving through as well. We'll keep a close eye on that. Southern Orange County, some light rain stretching from San Clemente up towards Mission Viejo. We've been seeing that. And then also in the Inland Empire, San Bernardino up into Running Springs, light rain. And also snow continues up through Big Bear. Timing of the rain tonight, just some leftover showers. Southern Orange County, Inland Empire. This takes us into midnight. Some light rain popping up again right towards San Clemente. Paris, portions of the Inland Empire by around 1 o'clock in the morning. And then all of this really clears out. I mean, these are just the leftovers that we're seeing. Nothing like what we saw earlier today. The big story, like I mentioned, it's the cold, and the next weather alert is in place. So follow me over this way. I want to show you how cold it's going to get in some of our valleys. So this is a look at Ventura County and also the San Fernando Valley. I'm standing right here on the borderline. You can see 49 in Simi Valley. This is what it's going to feel like when you wake up first thing tomorrow morning. We've got some 50s out there, but for our standards, this is pretty cool. 45 in Van Nuys. We're going to drop down to 51 in San Fernando. You've got 48 degrees over into Calabasas, and then 50 you can see right there for Burbank. So let's talk about what this means going into the next couple of days. We're going to break it all down for you. And how long these cold, chilly temperatures stick around, because we actually have a warm-up that's on the way. So lows tomorrow, all across the board. We're looking at 40s, even into downtown Los Angeles. Here's a look at our highs. For our standards, still kind of cool, but we're going to get more sunshine tomorrow. The rain is out of here. We'll be dry, 66 in downtown Los Angeles, 68 in San Bernardino. Now, the reason things will warm up over the coming days, we've got some weak Santa Ana winds on the way. 8:45 Thursday morning. It's for those areas prone to the Santa Ana winds. They're not going to be super strong, around 30 miles per hour, but still it's these winds, these dry conditions that's going to warm us up, and you're going to see it in the next 7 days. Los Angeles and Orange counties, we go from the low 70s Thursday up into the upper 70s Saturday. Another cool down by next Monday. You can see in the valleys, we'll be in the low 70s tomorrow, 10 degrees warmer by Thursday. By Saturday, we're in the mid 80s. We're dry and sunny this weekend, down to the 70s again early next week. In the Inland Empire, 70s and 80s this weekend. Our high deserts will be in the 70s, mountains 60s, and beaches in the 70s. So good looking weekend, Juan and Susie.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, looks good. All right, Danny, thank you. A growing number of lawsuits have been filed against the popular online game Roblox, calling it a hunting ground for predators.
One father shares his story after his son became a victim.
And coming up tonight at the top of the hour on KCAL News at 9, Katie Porter responds what she's saying about the viral video of her threatening to walk out on an interview.
And we're not done celebrating the Dodgers' big win. We'll hear from players after the 5-1 victory against the Brewers tonight at 9.
We're going to go up towards Hall of Justice.
This isn't just a job, it's a calling. We are now starting to edit
attendance numbers. This is my hometown, so how my neighbors feel is vital to my reporting.
Did you feel we push for justice?
You don't want to talk about this for taxpayers?
And most importantly, we listen.
I appreciate you wanting to talk about my dad.
Because when LA hurts, we hurt. And when it rises, we rise with it.
Just ahead.
We are Southern California.
Today.
We are CBS LA. We are yours.
The popular online game Roblox has been the target of lawsuits claiming the platform gives predators access to kids.
That's right. CBS News correspondent Jolene Kent tonight has an exclusive interview with a father who says his son became a victim despite using the game's parental controls.
For Stephen, a dad of 2, letting his tween son play Roblox seemed like a safe bet.
I set up every parental control I could find and did the best I could.
Roblox is one of the most popular gaming platforms in the country, hosting millions of user-created games.
How fast did this happen?
Days. Within hours.
Stephen, who asked that we use only his first name for privacy, says an alleged sex offender posing as a 16-year-old befriended his 13-year-old son on Roblox in the platform's popular pet simulator game. He says the child predator then offered his son Roblox gift cards in exchange for sexually explicit photos, which the son sent via Discord, a separate gaming and chat platform.
At a certain point, it was, tell me what your address is. And when he said no, he's like, well, I have these photos of you, I'll tell your parents. He was 30 feet down the hall from us and felt too trapped to come and talk to us.
Stephen is now among the dozens of families and attorneys general in Kentucky and Louisiana suing Roblox and other tech platforms, alleging they allowed sexual predators access to their kids.
Why sue Roblox and Discord?
Because at the end of the day, the thing they seem to care about the most is the bottom line, their profit. It almost feels like they're a haven and for predators, pedophiles, dangerous individuals, and they should do better.
The suspect pleaded guilty to a first-degree felony child endangerment.
We take every case of harm extremely seriously.
Matt Kaufman is the chief safety officer at Roblox.
Our goal at Roblox is to be the safest place on the internet.
He says Roblox does not allow image sharing in filtered chats and has rolled out over 100 new safety features this year, including age estimation and increased chat monitoring.
We have safety systems that are in place by default, and a lot of these situations that you're talking about, like sextortion, people sharing graphic images, they simply cannot happen on Roblox.
Stephen's attorney, Alexandra Walsh, is currently investigating hundreds of cases.
Roblox was the gateway. Roblox is the site that gave this predator, this very dangerous man, the ability to find, target, and groom this child.
How's your son doing?
Day by day.
Stephen has moved his family across the country, he says, to start anew, as he supports his son through depression and PTSD.
What do you want your fellow parents to know?
This thing happens so much faster than you can ever imagine. You want to believe that you've done everything you can and that it'll never happen to me. And I thought the same thing until it did.
Until recently, not all Roblox players have been age checked. And by the end of the year, the new age estimation technology will be required for all users to communicate within Roblox. Currently, any communication between adult users 18 plus and those between 13 and 17 is prohibited unless a real-life confirmed relationship can be proven. Now, Discord tells CBS News it will not comment on pending litigation, but did say in a statement that it is deeply committed to safety and works to prevent the spread of sexual exploitation and grooming. Jolene Kent, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Thanks for watching CBS LA at 8.
CBS LA at 9 starts right now.
We're going to go up towards Hall of Justice.
This isn't just a job, it's a calling.
we are now starting to edit.
Attendance numbers.
This is my hometown, so how my neighbors feel is vital to my reporting.
Did you feel we push for justice?
You don't want to talk about this for taxpayers?
And most importantly, we listen.
I appreciate you wanting to talk about my dad.
Because when LA hurts, we hurt. And when it rises, we rise with it.
Just ahead.
We are Southern California.
Today,
we are CBS LA. We are yours.